here with Coley Stickels, head coach at Canyons Aquatic Club. Coach, explain the group you brought here to Nationals and what you're hoping to accomplish from this meet.
Yeah, we brought 8 kids here and gave them about somewhere between 8 or 9 days rest, and we were just hoping to get second swims, and because it's a small meet, we've for the most part been able to do that and just get a feel for what works, kind of their sweet spot, their taper, and then use this as information to try and reassess maybe come later in the season in March.
So you guys are known for not doing a ton of volume. You're not you're a sprint coach. That's what someone said in the past.
Right.
So what does it taper like for Coley Stickels?
It depends. This summer when we did considerably more volume for a long course, and we actually did a few doubles. Taper was long. It was probably 3 to 4 weeks for some of the female sprinters, and 4.5 weeks for the male sprinters. But for this meet, we haven't done a lot of volume. We're still relatively early in the season, so we really haven't come down too much.
So explain the difference between long course training and short course training in terms of amount of volume required and amount of rest required.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we just did a little bit more volume because it was an Olympic year and we had access to more long course time.
Yeah, okay.
And I think even from a placebo effect, I think some of the sprinters felt like if they were in the water more, not necessarily doing any more yardage, but they felt like if they were in the water more, they were getting in better shape, maybe through osmosis. And so we spent a little bit more time in the water than we normally do, but look, if it works mentally, then it probably works physically.
Sure. I want to ask about Nicole Popoff. They've been in a couple finals already. What's that experience been like for her? Someone really getting those second swims and the A final swims and spotlighted in a meet like this.
Those are great for her confidence. She's been doing a little bit different program with me. She's doing a weightlifting program similar to kind of what Santo and Abby were doing this summer. It's very intensive. She will benefit from a lot more rest come later in the season, but I wanted to see what she could do with kind of minimal rest for her, and she's the person who tapers very well.
Yeah.
So I think that her results have been fine this meet, about what we expected, but I think that give her a little bit more rest later in the season, she'll do well.
So explain that weight program, because especially for someone like Abby, that's kind of not necessarily young, but you don't always see that in high schoolers and 18, 19-year-olds doing weights, and obviously someone Nicole's age. So what is your weight-intensive program? Yeah,
it's very intensive. A lot of Olympic lifting, cleans and snatches, and different complexes. We'll do squats into overhead squats, and then front squats into jerks, and different ballistic movements. And then we transition those into other ballistic movements with weighted pull-ups, and it's done in my garage. I built a big kind of, it's not CrossFit, but it's CrossFit-esque gym in my garage. It's got an Olympic lifting platform, and it's got pull-up bars mounted on the ceiling. So we have a lot of gadgets that we kind of go from station to station on.
So how specifically does that stuff translate into swimming?
I think neurologically, the athlete becomes much more explosive. They're able to jump, and they become more durable. They're able to take a beating over the course of the meet, which in a lot of these swimmers' cases, they're swimming 2 or 3 events a day plus relays, and they have to go from prelims and finals at NCAAs and college. It's even more so over the course of a 3 or 4 day span. So the weightlifting program certainly makes them more explosive, and it makes, like I said, more durable over time.
Let's talk about some of those Olympians you had this summer. You had Abby and Santo, and they both swam pretty well this summer. How do you evaluate their performances and kind of the emotions of that whole summer, especially for Abby having to come from trials to the Olympics, and Santo always putting it on the line when he was in Rio?
Yeah, it was an entertaining summer, very stressful. I think one of the differences I'm seeing, like from now and previous this summer, was that every meet we were going to was stressful this summer.
Yeah.
Every time, every Grand Prix, every tiny meet, there were major implications, and the swimmers were aware of that. And now, kind of post-Olympic season, everybody's pretty loose. Santo and Abby are both at their college programs now, and but I was very proud of them. They went through hell to get where they were, and their lifting program was vigorous, and so so was the intensity in the water.
How much do you stay in touch with them now, even though you're not directly coaching them?
I still stay in touch with them. You know, they're busy with their college programs. I saw Santo at the airport prior to coming here, and then I text Abby every once in a while, and just they come back for, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas and that type of thing. So hopefully I'll see more of them this summer.
Yeah, sure. For Abby, she never seemed satisfied with herself, even when she won trials, made the team. And I mean, do you think she's kind of appreciated it? Hey, I did some awesome stuff this summer. I've got a gold medal and a silver medal.
I think that may be finally kicking in.
Yeah.
It's hard for those athletes to know what's going on, you know, in the moment. They only think, you know, for the moment. They live for the moment, and they don't really have time at the Olympics to assess their performance or evaluate anything or know really what happened. And from the time Olympic trials went to the end of the Olympics, it was really a blur for Abby, Santo, me, all of us. And I think just now it's starting to kick in, and I think they're fairly content with their performances. But I think you'll see, once the World Championship trials this summer come along and we start getting closer to Tokyo, they'll be probably a little bit more aggressive with their training.
Yeah. So one more quick thing I want to ask you about the little joke yesterday you pulled on Nate Biondi. You told him, tell his dad he was good friends with Anthony Nesti, or you were good friends with Anthony Nesti.
I am good friends with Anthony Nesti, admittedly, and yeah, it was just a joke. Nate Biondi is obviously Matt Biondi's son, and Matt was like my hero as an age grouper, and so was Anthony. And so, yeah, yesterday I yelled into the stands. I wanted Nate to know that I was friends with Anthony, and I don't think he understood the reference there. It's outdated. So I might be dating myself, but it's obviously one of the greatest races of all time, and I have great respect for both those guys. So little joke at Matt's kid.
What's it like to have, you know, a guy like Nate who's kind of in his father's shadow a little bit when people hear the name Biondi?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to Cal and he's kind of following in his father's footsteps, but to be perfectly honest, every time the kid jumps in the water, he's dropping time left and right. I mean, he came into this meet with a 53.8 100-yard backstroke, and I think he was 50.5 or 6 on the relay.
That's nice, yeah.
And so, you know, these obscure times that, you know, now he's going respectable times, and I think by the time he's done with our program and gets on to Cal, he'll be as good as any of those sprinters. He's got a ton of potential and obviously a gene pool. It's pretty darn good.
Seriously. Well, Coach, thanks so much. Good luck today, the last day of Winter Nationals.
You bet.
We'll talk to you down the line.
My pleasure.